So long to get it done. That project started April 13th. It's July 3rd. 3 months on the dot tomorrow, I think. Yeah, where's my...
Hey man, you gotta start something.
Yeah, well, thank God it's almost done.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I just clicked record, and like whatever part I don't feel like having in the show, I'm just not gonna have it.
Yeah, that's fine.
You know, natural.
As I'm like looking through like notes and shit like that.
Yeah.
I also see one of these things that I saved and it just pissed me off again.
What is
looking at the numbers comparison between Anthony Davis and Rudy Gobert, and how Anthony Davis didn't win Defensive Player of the Year and Rudy Gobert did.
Well, you know, it's a better story with Rudy Gobert though.
Why is
the
it
problem?
Why is it a better
Because he would be a repeat Defensive Player of the Year.
So?
That's a better story, I'd say.
Then somebody who's never gotten it and deserves it?
I think that
what?
the script has been scripting. You feel me? I mean, I don't really know. I'm gonna wait for the intro to build up, and then I'll break it down for you.
So Rudy Gobert wasn't top 5 in any category, like at all for defense.
Let me ask you something, just really quick. Can you hear the music playing?
Except for rebounds. Sorry.
Can you hear the music playing?
Nah, I can. Yeah.
You just heard that?
You just heard that?
No, I've been listening to it.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, he was like, yo, respectfully, he was like, yo, forget the theme song, bro. I was like, I don't even care about the theme song. It came in, he was like, I have something on my mind to say. No, please finish.
No, I'm done now.
But I didn't hear it. That's the problem, David.
How could you not have heard it?
Because the loud part of the theme song and all that popped off.
No, I understand that, but I don't know.
Maybe my volume in my ears is too loud because all I heard was the dong dong. I don't know. Maybe I had to lower my shit a little bit.
He said something about Rudy Gobert. That's all I know.
He said
that's crazy.
Rudy Gobert and Anthony Edwards. Bong.
No, I said Rudy Gobert, and I'm looking at the numbers between Rudy and Anthony Davis.
Yeah. Like,
you know, their defensive numbers, and Anthony Davis hasn't beaten every single category yet. He doesn't win the award, and it just.
Do you think that people, like, let's say there was a script, right?
I know it's past and stuff like that. There's nothing we can do now.
Yeah,
it's just
right.
That,
and it's like a little way in the past, kind of now, because like the finals finished.
It just reminded me because I was looking at it again.
So, don't you think? I feel like this is the perfect opportunity for the script to be like, okay, now Anthony Edwards is gonna come back next year and prove everybody wrong or something like that, and then that's the year that he would get like an award like that.
The problem is now is that they're gonna want to try to give it to like Wemby or something like that if Wemby has anywhere close to that year. So it's like Anthony Davis would have to play spectacular now.
I want to ask you another.
He played great, good enough, more than good enough to win the damn award because he was leading in all the categories.
Right.
So, but anyway, do you want to introduce us?
I would love to. Please, sir.
Let's bring us in.
Hello, everybody. Welcome officially to Cody's Corner. Cody's week-by-week hot takes on who's going to take the W in the sports you're worried about. Sat across from the one and only David.
What's going on?
And back for a second round. Here to talk a little more soccer, going into a little bit of Copa, a little bit of Euros. We got none other than Celi here with us today.
Thank you.
Listen, man, look, and we appreciate you being part of the tech crew that was involved in the massacre of what was our video last week. So I appreciate you for that.
Man, I feel you. I'm always happy to help.
Now, we've been talking about this for a while. Like, even aside from what's going on, because we had no idea that it was going to be these finals when we were talking about you coming back around on the show.
Yeah.
But how fitting is it that it's Colombia against how much you were talking about Messi and Argentina the last time you were on the show? That kind of just like...
It's poetic justice.
It's... Oof.
Gotta be, man.
On your Kendrick Lamar type?
Feel me. Fuck Drake.
Oh, yeah, straight up.
Straight up, right?
All right, well, I don't know if
It's a weird take.
It's J. Cole all the way though for me, but he my number one.
J. Cole's the number one
for me.
All right, so I think I sent this message to you earlier. Just before we get into any sports,
Hold on, though. Before you do any of that,
Go
just
ahead.
why fuck Drake? Just out of curiosity.
I don't know. I'm being a what's that called?
Bandwagon.
Bandwagon. I listen to Drake. Like I don't have nothing against him.
Well, then-
His music is fire. Like I feel like you got to separate the man from like what he's done. I'm not saying it's right, but
What are you gonna use a Kendrick line?
huh?
Like, were you about to throw a Kendrick line at me right now?
No. Nah, I got
Another one.
I got no beef
Because
with.
he already said poetic justice, so
Yeah.
that would be like a
Nah, yeah.
like a level up from
Look,
that.
So you
one.
don't really have a real. You were just.
Yeah, I was just fucking around.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, nah, I don't take none of that
Oh,
shit.
okay.
They don't know who I am. They don't know me. Like I could care less.
They
Like,
may
Black
know who
was
you
up.
are.
They definitely don't. Well, their kids probably watch my shit,
Hey.
but
I'm gonna tell you something really random. My ADD was kicking. You're talking about rap, so I just thought of one of the wildest bars I had ever heard in my life.
Mhm.
Do you know like freestyle rap? Not freestyle rap, battle rap.
Yeah, of course.
Have you ever heard of Jazz the Rapper?
No, I haven't heard of that person.
Okay, it's a woman rapper, right?
Okay, figure.
So her whole schematic was how she was always a virgin.
Okay.
So then when she finally, I guess, gave it up, she went in the next battle rap and was like, "They call me Mario 'cause the pipe took me to another level." Yo, I must have thought about that for like 3 days in a row, dog. I'm like, yo, there's no way she just called herself Mario. But real quick, because I know I get distracted really easy.
Right.
I don't know, man. Look, this is something serious. Obviously,
I feel like I'm fucking sliding.
you're sliding.
Yeah. I
You
feel like I'm
what?
look
Gliding,
how far I am
moving,
from the
swishing
table.
around.
Look how far I am from the table.
So why don't you move in a little bit?
I've been trying to, but I feel like I'm on a slope.
What? I mean, well, I'm not gonna lie to you. The floor is a little
It's-
uneven.
Okay.
You
see?
could
So I'm not
put your
crazy.
chair on a notebook. That's there.
Nah,
That's
I'm
how
good.
we were bouncing
I
it
just
before.
I just wanted to know I'm not crazy. That's
Slipping and sliding. Like we're here about like to talking to
got-
whatever.
I got-
David's like, yeah, sure. So then, as I was saying,
just moving
moving
out of frame.
I was
Moving out of
practically
frame.
out of the frame already. I was doing
boy slipped on a banana peel over there. Just got carried away.
Jeez Louise.
No. But
Sorry.
it's hard, man. I know that we've been talking about it all week. Aside from how the things kind of just lined up the right way, getting into how this Copa final came about of Colombia and Argentina. But aside from that, from 1 to 10, would you say, how likely do you think it is that Argentina loses?
1 out of 10, how
From-
they lose?
What are the odds you think they lose?
It's 50-50.
It can go either way.
This final can go
Colombia is that strong?
right now. So they're on a hot streak, and you can't take that away from them.
Right.
They're just really good. The only problem is Argentina right now for the past like 3 years are known winners. They'll take a team and show them how to play in the final. They haven't had a great Copa.
Right.
I'm not saying they have, but
Argentina.
Argentina hasn't had a great Copa. You guys, in my opinion, have had a better Copa than Argentina.
Would you
but
say we've had the best Copa?
probably you guys haven't had an easy road.
Come on, bro.
You probably, I think, between Argentina and Colombia, you guys
Give it to us.
You guys, whoa,
God at it.
whoa.
Killing soccer right now.
Nah, you guys are doing great. You guys are doing amazing. I think you guys are much better Copa than Argentina. I think the road you guys, your group, no one expected you to top it. You guys
Right.
are first place with a team with Brazil in it, so that's props. Then you beat Panama 5-0.
Smacked them.
Smacked them with James
Smacked
having
them
like
silly.
James has 6 assists this entire tournament, which is
Yo, I'm not gonna
unheard
lie.
of.
His like, especially his free kicks have been like on the money, bro.
His left foot is absolutely disgusting.
Speaking of which, yeah, I forgot. Feel me? Let me take it off really quick. Let the people see what's going on. Give me. I had to stretch. Oh.
That gotta be James.
No, it is James.
What year is it? Oh, this is Chile, 2015. God,
Listen,
damn.
man, it's little OG. It's little.
That's retro.
Got some years on it. Listen, I did my best to wear it as South Americanly as possible. I got it 2 sizes down so it could squeeze my panza. Feel me? Let people know what's going on.
He Colombian. He wear fajas. You feel me?
In the crib by myself for me. It's, people, how like people wear them like out,
Yeah.
so you don't see what's going on when they're outside. I just wear it in the crib by myself,
That's a real Colombian though. That's a swear to God.
drinking a postobon.
On God.
Nah, but on a more serious note, another thing that we were talking about, as far as like what are the odds in between who's gonna win this game is, it's no mystery. Colombia had a red card from last game that might jeopardize how they play in this game. You want to go a little bit into that?
So Daniel Munoz, good player. I think that, on any given day, he'd be able to lock down like Di Maria, Nico Gonzalez, whoever you have on that wing. But now you got to put in Arias, which Arias just isn't convincing. He's out of his prime. He's just not that good. So that's a big loss.
It's a big name, though, to fill in the spot, but it's just not what it was before.
It's not. Yeah, and it's going to be difficult. You need that experience. David Munoz has that dog in him, for lack of simpler words, that, you need in a team. And this game is going to be an all-out war.
We're a big fan of the word dog. Don't call our vocabulary simple now, bro.
My fault. But you feel
Listen, man, we're simple enough, but they get the point across. You feel me? Well, if you're a dog, you're a dog. You got it in you.
Colombia's a dog. They played 45 minutes with one man down against an Uruguay team that had the most goals in the entire Copa. So they're on a hot streak. They've played well.
Right.
Colombia deserves to be in this final. But now you face Messi's Argentina.
Right.
And it's going to be a tough game. It's going to be a very difficult game.
So this is my whole thing, right? And I know that we kind of also spoke about this. As far as a tough game goes, I've been following a decent amount of what's been going on in Copa as far as, like, just watching whatever games I can. Mm-hmm. And I can honestly say that I think that Colombia-Uruguay game was one of the more exciting games of the entire tournament altogether, as far as, like, shots taken.
Yeah, it really just depends how you look of exciting. Like, for me, the most exciting game, and I'm very biased.
Like high scoring?
No, I think it was the Argentina-Ecuador game in the quarterfinals. I think that game, one, I'm biased because I love Messi and I'm Ecuadorian.
Right.
Ecuador comes first no matter what. But we tied it. First off, we missed a penalty in the first half that could have made it 1-1. We missed. Then we tied it in the 92nd minute. And then in minute 96, we had a chance to win it. We go into penalties where Messi misses his first penalty. And we're like, all right, yeah, this is us. And then Dibu Martinez, being the keeper that he is, puts Argentina through. And it's like, that's an exciting game for me. It's an emotional part of it as well. But in regards to everything else, like, I like the rajero part. Like, South American players like to go in hard. They like 2 feet up, studs. They don't give a damn.
Right.
Like, Munoz got a red card because he elbowed someone for no reason.
And he was coming out of like a mix of like kind of bumping into someone, and as he was walking away, though, it was kind of like a side shove. A little bit.
He hit him. I didn't see it fully because I was going to go get food at that time in Elizabeth, where everyone was watching the game.
Damn, you just put your location out there like that?
Yeah, bro. Come to Elizabeth, bro. That thing's gonna be crazy on more side.
Oh man, you're wild, bro. All right, well, I want to also ask you this: talking about people just being rough. Then that fight broke out at the end of the game of Colombia-Uruguay, where they had players jumping into the stands. Like,
yo, real quick, did somebody get shot? Did a soccer player get shot?
I don't think so. No.
A soccer player got shot?
No, I don't think so.
I'll come back to that.
We would have heard about that. All I know is that...
you could look it up if you want, see if you can figure it out. I hadn't heard anything about that, but there definitely was a fight at that Colombia-Uruguay game.
It was Darwin Nunez went up into the stands because apparently, this is what they're saying, that Colombian fans started problems with the Uruguayan national team's players' families, and they went in to protect them. But now there's videos coming out saying that the Uruguayan officials were throwing stuff at Colombian fans, and then everyone started going at each other. I don't know.
So it could have been instigated by the officials in Uruguay, or it could have been instigated. It's more like a he said, she said. You're never going to find out who really lit the fire. You know what I mean? One of those things.
Nunez came crazy.
What is that?
What is this? Lock the fuck in. What?
Oh, no. Wrong one. Sorry. Go.
I thought you wanted to give him some little side motivation just to make sure he was getting his point across.
Oh, no, this is completely different.
Yeah, I don't know what that is.
Yeah, this is something else. This is not even like... I was like, he's...
No. But
he was telling me to lock the fuck in. Like, I thought I had a bad take or something. Like
that guy in the video, like, he kind of just got his face wiped down. He was trying to... David was trying to tell you, but like, yo, you got a little something.
No, I was trying to show
there.
him the video. This dude is getting... Like, he's got his leg shot.
Yeah, but that was in, like, another country. That wasn't...
Oh, my God. What is that? First off, wait.
That isn't even like.
I want you to know.
The gun doesn't have to be that big.
Maybe for the first time in our history, when I say I'm gonna put a clip of something, I actually will put a clip of it. what did he just get shot with in this video, bro?
flare
A
gun.
musketeer?
That's not a
Like,
flare gun.
It's a flare gun.
that was one of those, like, yo, you pull it out with a coil and you gotta, like, you know, the stuff that they had in, like, the Revolution of America, feel me? Like, the...
A musket, yeah.
A musket. I said musketeer.
Isn't a musketeer like a treat? Like
I think a musketeer is the one
So I'll
that
send
shoots
you
the
that.
musket. Yeah,
So-
yeah, send it to me. We'll figure it out. You never heard that? Musketeer?
Nah.
It's the person that holds the musket. He's the musketeer.
I just called him a soldier, but you know, that's just me.
I guess so, yeah.
My fault,
whatever.
my fault.
No one says that stuff anyway. So, aside from that, man, I gotta tell you,
Mm-hmm.
as the parlay king,
Oh, hey yo.
and look, listen, that's what you were calling yourself. Yo, every time I get a text from you, it's like, yo, these people didn't listen to me and they missed out on
Well, you missed out on
X, Y,
money
and
too.
Z. Now you're right. Both teams to score. I didn't pick it.
Yeah.
Colombia or Brazil. When you're right, you're right.
I lost for the first time in like a long time against Colombia Uruguay, and I had Uruguay going through, so I'm so sorry, but that's on me.
Now, if you were to make a parlay
Okay.
for this Copa final,
Okay.
what would you do? Hypothetically. Not what you have done, not what you plan on doing. Like, right here, right now, all cards on the table, what would you take?
Do I have to pick winner?
No.
No, just something that would guaranteed lock.
Something that you would do. Guaranteed lock. Tico's ticket.
Tico's
Come on, bro.
I definitely have either James over 0.5 shots on target or an assist. Like, he's been hot.
Right.
Both teams to score in this game has to happen. Like, if Argentina wins this 1-0, I think it's gonna be a boring final. But I think Colombia gets a goal in first, and then Argentina like wakes up, and then this game will probably go into penalties.
You think so? You think it's going to be that close?
It's gonna be I want it to go to penalties. I think that, you know, if you're building a lock, I try to go 2 or 3 legs at most. So James 0.5 over 0.5 shots. I'd probably have Messi just a shot. Actually, no, Julian Alvarez a shot on target, and then I have over 6 or 7 corners. You want to go crazy? Go over 8.
I was going to say, you're going to touch the corners. I feel like the corners would be interesting.
Yeah, and then cards. Each team is getting at least a card each.
You can bet on cards, and
Bet 365. You can bet on who kicks off.
that's wild.
Yeah, you can bet on anything. You can bet player shots on target. You can bet player shots. Just you can have 30 shots and goes in the air. It counts.
That's nuts. That's
Yeah.
crazy. See, that never made sense to me because, like, realistically, that's a different dynamic compared to, like, other sports
Mm-hmm.
where, I mean, I don't know. You could probably speak on it more, David, than I probably could. But, like, as far as basketball goes, let's say a different sport that you could place a bet on. He's saying you could place a ticket that includes how many shots someone takes,
Yeah,
even if they're not successful. You can't really do that in basketball, can you?
Well, no, I mean depending on like. Well, first and foremost, every sports book has different props.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's number one. You know what I mean? So it's like, you know, some of them have some sites have really deep props, some don't, and stuff like that. So like FanDuel tends to be like, which is probably the most popular one, probably tends to have like, I don't know, FanDuel usually has a good amount of props. I think DraftKings probably doesn't have like a whole amount of props, but
Doesn't have a whole bunch?
it doesn't have like a whole bunch.
Bet
of
365 has more than FanDuel, and FanDuel has early pay. I mean, Bet 365 has early payout. So like, if the team is winning 2-0 on a money line, you'll win. Even if the other team comes back and wins 3-2, you get early payout no matter what.
Well, see,
So-
I mean, they have different stuff like that. But regardless, like, yeah, I mean, they have all, you know, different types of like props. I've seen stuff like that, like how many shots somebody will take, or like there'll be a prop like 17 threes attempted in a game or something like that.
Oh,
you know what I
okay.
mean, by
So it's
teams and
basically the
stuff like
same
that.
thing.
They have,
Attempted, like, yeah.
yeah, they have
Yeah.
stuff like that, you know. So
All right, so it's not too out of the blue.
Yeah. On target's harder though. Like on target, you have to get it between the sticks, and if you hit the post, it doesn't count.
That's nuts.
That's annoying.
That is super annoying.
Yeah.
So what if it hits the post?
It doesn't count. It's not on
No,
target.
I'm sorry, the bar
That's what I'm saying. It doesn't count.
at all. Like
At
any
all.
of the, that's wild.
Any of them, it doesn't count unless the keeper touches it first. Because if the keeper gets it first, it's on target that he's going for it.
Yeah.
But if it touches the post, it doesn't.
What are you showing me here?
see the red thing.
Yeah.
Why does it say that?
I don't know. What
Don't
you
you-
asked me a
don't you-
tech support question right here,
don't
right now?
you-
That's like the
don't you-
fourth little phone pass that you
Don't
got.
you
What's
do-
going on here, David?
Don't you do this?
Pat, you're started. Listen, hey man.
Don't you?
No, I don't do this. No,
Parlay
sorry.
King. I'm weak.
But look, I wanted to get into this. So if I wanted to make it one step harder for you, let's say, if you had to pick a winner.
Oh my god.
If you had to, hypothetically,
Can I get my
hypothetical
reasonings?
gun to your head, if you picked it right now, you get to live. Who are you taking?
Bro, this is hard. Like, this is a very
With
tough...
your Argentina jersey on in mind. I'm gonna think about that. I'm gonna go put my jacket back on if you don't mind.
Go ahead. You're sweating?
Am I sweating?
Yeah.
If I was sweating, why would I put my jacket on?
I'm so confused. Whatever.
That makes sense, bro. I'm not bugging. It's a damn hot. Whoa.
Yeah, at least it's recorded.
Hey man, whatever. It is what it is. This is raw and rugged around here, bro.
I feel you. You should keep it on. They should keep it off though. It look good.
You think so?
You look good with the
A
jersey.
little nippy. Nippy.
Oh, my fault.
Listen, my anemia is kicking in.
Oh shit, my fault. I didn't know that.
Listen, I'm not on Life Alert or no shit like that.
Oh shit, my fault.
I just get a little
It's
extra
hot as-
cold every once in a while. You
It's
know?
hot as hell in here.
You think so?
Yeah, bro.
You're hot like that?
Always.
Is it because I told you to pick a winner?
Yeah, I'm a little nervous. I'm on the hot seat right now.
Ooh, I like what you did there. Feeling a little hot in the hot seat. Oh my god. Pick a winner! Please!
I don't know, bro. This is tough. I want to get my reasonings at least.
All right. Just take your time. You know, we're not in a rush or anything, right, David? We're just chilling.
I want to say because one of my friends was...
David had no more words for you. He was like,
just go ahead. I think the winner's gonna be Argentina, but it should be Colombia. It should.
what kind of political ass answer was that, Tico?
My heart tells me it should be Colombia.
And if I had to pick a winner, it would be this one. But then if it wasn't that one on a particular time of day, right now, Argentina?
I don't know. I don't even know who's gonna win, cause I want James to win. I want James to win. He deserves it. His resurrection of his career has been insane with the Selección de Colombia.
Okay,
So,
right.
but Messi already has a Copa, so I'm like, he doesn't need another one.
He's at the end of his road. You don't think he's gonna try as hard as he can to try and get that last one?
But Argentina hasn't shown a convincing enough Copa for me to be like, yeah, they deserve it. Colombia has, so I think they deserve it. But I just think the experience that Argentina has in that squad, they're winners, all of them.
Mm-hmm.
They just have that edge over Colombia, and sometimes you need that. In
So
a final, you need that.
Would you call Argentina the underdog in this situation?
No, it's definitely Colombia. It's definitely Colombia. But Colombia's on a hot streak.
Right.
The thing in football and emotion, it's in a very emotional game.
Right.
So Colombia's like hot right now. But Colombia's losing a lot of players. I don't think Richard Rios is going to be 100% fit.
Right.
He's a big loss. You don't have Munoz. You have to put in Arias, which in my opinion, is not a good second choice, in my opinion. So you're losing. And if you have Richard Rios at 50%, you're not going to give James that liberty to do what he wants in the field. So that's going to cost him.
David was like, oh, another Spanish name I don't know.
James is the GOAT, though, for Colombia.
So, that's, you know who that is, right? You've heard of James before?
No.
Okay, so if you were to know any Colombian player that's relevant at all times, his name is James Rodriguez.
So Shorty would be disappointed in me right now because I don't know this player.
No,
You're good
she'll
Colombian?
be. Yeah.
Oh, shit. Yeah, she probably would.
Something wild, actually. Not to throw anyone's business out there. When I met him, his girl's Colombian, same birthday as me, in the same profession as me. Isn't that kind of wild?
What do you do again?
This? What do you mean? This is my show, bro. What do I do again?
My fault, bro.
You're in the corner, bro.
It's been a long day.
No, I'm just playing around, but yeah, kind of wild. And so that's probably the most relevant Colombian player to come out, in I would say the last maybe 15.
Yeah, I mean,
Something like
10,
that?
but you guys have generational talent now too.
Yeah, of course. Well, Colombia has a lot of soccer history, as we were talking about off camera.
Yeah, you got Luis Diaz, so good.
Yeah, nasty.
I'm not gonna lie to you. If we have to build an 11 between these two teams, like an 11 to be 11,
right?
I think maybe 3 or 4 Colombian players fit into that Argentina team. It's like that.
Yeah.
Like the rest of them, Argentina is just a cut above the rest. Not even close. But 3 or 4, which would be Daniel Munoz, James Rodriguez, Richard Rios, and Luis Diaz are the only ones that can compete. And Munoz is a maybe.
Yeah.
So 3.
And this Munoz guy that he's saying, that's one of the people that's not going to be in the final because he got a red card the game before. So one of their best players is going to be missing when they play Messi.
Oh, That carries over to the next game.
Yeah, and
only in, I mean, not in every situation, right?
just in this one because he got a red.
Right.
Yeah, but then Rios, who got hurt, we don't know if he's 100% fit because they had to take him off in a stretcher. But when they won the game, he was dancing, so he seems fine.
Paul Pierce type.
Yeah, he was just
Paul Pierce.
Well, they only took away Paul Pierce because he had to take a shit.
Exactly, and he came back. Look, listen,
he was shitty.
It's all full circle because the last time Tico was here, we talked about Paul Pierce.
Look at that.
And now we got this scenario with his team.
Look at that.
I'm telling you, bro, it makes too much sense.
I'm paying attention. I'm just trying to lock in.
I know, and it's hard, especially when people are talking about a sport that's just not, because it's not my thing either. But I know enough to carry along.
Yeah.
Feel me? I think I can't go against my genes, man. And I'm not talking gene. And I'm not talking genes.
My fault.
This is my genetics, my DNA, bro.
50% of it, though.
That's enough. If Argentina has a 5 out of 50... I just said 5 out of 50-50. 5 out of 10, 50-50 chance. Colombia's that other 50, bro.
Yeah, but I'm not going to lie to you.
It's a flip of a coin.
I should be rooting for Colombia, too. Because Colombia, Ecuador, Venezuela, and Panama were all one country at one point.
That's true.
So
Did you know that?
They were called.
That's why they all have the same flag.
Yeah.
No, Panama doesn't.
Panama doesn't. I think they changed it, but they were part of the Gran Colombia.
What is it? Colombia, Ecuador, and El Salvador?
No, Venezuela and Panama.
But doesn't El Salvador also have the yellow, blue, red?
No, that's they have blue and white. They're,
okay.
a little island. I'm pretty
sure. Salvadorians. I'm not good with geography at all. All right, so the yellow. But then, what's the difference between Ecuador's flag and Venezuela's flag?
Venezuela has like the little 5. I think it's 5 stars that go like this down,
okay.
and they're the same color. Colombia's without an emblem now. Before they used to have an emblem that we have.
Yeah, Colombia's is navy.
Yeah, and then we have an emblem in the middle with the
it's
condor.
like a snake.
No, that's Mexico.
Oh,
that's
sorry.
We have like a little mountain range with water in it, and then the condor on the top.
I'm not gonna sit here and act like I know what flags, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you. I've been feeling really good without them, and I don't know if it's bothering anybody, but I'd like to leave them off. If that's that's fine. Right, if that's okay with the people.
This is your show, bro. You can do whatever you want.
Talking about what do I do?
Yeah,
I feel like I don't hear you in the headphones though.
You don't hear me?
Really?
In the headphones? Like talking?
No, I feel like I hear you just like that.
Really?
Like I don't actually hear you in here.
Okay. Do you want to try and just make sure? Pause it really quick.
I mean, if you want to, but I feel like I don't hear you in here. Do you hear him?
Yeah, I hear him. He loud as hell.
To be honest, it might just be the headphones. But it's up to you. We could fix it right now.
Go ahead, talking to the mic.
Yo.
No.
I hear him like loud and clear.
Talking to the mic.
Yo. No, what I'm saying is, I mean, we can cut this out and I'll edit it.
Yeah.
But the wire for your headphones, you know, remember how I told you when we have 3 headphones, one of them is always hanging out the back?
Yeah.
So I think yours is hanging out the back right now, which might be why you don't hear the mic.
Okay.
But like, if he can hear me, that means that the whole thing is like.
Okay.
Is it messing with you though?
No, not at all. I just thought that was an
audio thing.
Yeah,
an audio thing.
You're making me anxious now. I could go check it really quick.
If you want to,
just go check it.
I'm not even gonna turn off the camera this time.
Because you're throwing me off. You're changing shit up mid. You know?
Who's changing what up?
I don't know. It just threw me off. But if it's okay, I just know for a fact I didn't hear you inside.
Listen, if you're nervous, I'm nervous.
Just check the fucking thing, dude.
Dakota funny as hell, bro.
Hey, take your time before I can fucking take a puff of this goddamn.
The puffy?
Take a puff of this.
So now every time there's like an intermission, I found this like little noise, like little background technical issue sound, and I love that.
Bro wants an issue every time.
No, we're good. The sound's good.
Yo, Dad, can you pass me the water that's right there?
Yeah, for sure.
No, the bottle of water.
Oh. Where to go?
In
that fucking container that he brought over here.
No, right? No.
The one that you gave me. I didn't bring it in.
Where'd it go?
I thought it was right there behind your chair.
Behind my chair. No, there's something here, bro.
What the fuck? Hey,
is it that?
That's all your stuff right there?
Yeah.
Are you going fucking camping?
Yo, bro, I said that to him. I'm like, yo, what the fuck is this? Like waitress serving?
What are you doing, bro?
Yo, He went to.
My man's
you know how
got a
they
shower.
give you,
For anybody who doesn't see, he's got a fucking shower caddy with a water bottle in it.
Bring it here. I want to explain myself.
You know when you go to
I want to
Dunkin'
explain
Donuts and they
myself.
give you the cajita that holds like
Yeah, what
4
are you
little things.
doing,
He
bro?
was like, "Nah, I got my own."
My
No,
man's
thanks.
cut.
got my own.
Well, bring it.
No,
bring
no,
it
no.
here.
But look at this. He's
Wait,
got a
I'll
whole
bring it.
setup.
I'll
He's
bring
got
it.
his
I'll
tea
bring it.
thing. He's got
I'll
this.
Well, that
He's
so
got
this
a
is from
freaking
Argentina.
caddy.
This is from
You're
Argentina.
walking around with this, bro.
Yo, so look,
Yo,
give-
wait, so he was like this. At my door, he was like this, right? He was like this. And then I said, "Yo, I'm outside." He was like, "Yo, I'm outside." I was like, "Man." He was like, "Yo, what's good, bro?"
Thought it was a gift.
I thought he was a magician. I was
What
like,
else is in there?
Oh, there's.
Oh, so that
Yo,
the
he's treating
yerba.
this like it's his purse. I'm
Yo,
like, oh,
this is the yerba. That's from there. That this shit looks like bud. That goes in here. So then if I ran out, I just could pour some in there. And this carries that because I can't put this in like my cup holder in
Oh,
my
so
car.
you don't need the water to drink it. You're putting it in that.
Yeah, like you needed to put it in here, the
Oh,
water.
okay,
Yeah, and
okay.
that's like just the leaves.
Can I put your satchel back on the table?
Yeah, whatever you want to do.
Oh, okay.
Leather satchel. I'm glad that you had an explanation for it, but you don't think that's a bit excessive?
This shit is stitched and all that. Look, you see that?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
He
You
got
don't think
the-
that's
he
excessive?
got the-
Nah,
you
nah.
got a
Like
friend in
you
me.
usually
That's
I
it,
just
on the thing.
usually I just do this, but because it's just more convenient. Like I like it.
You remember back in the day when we were younger, right? For the people to see, they had the cupcake, they had the frosting down the middle like this.
Yeah, I do remember.
Come
which one
on,
you're talking
bro.
about.
It was a cupcake. It was a big, fat ass cupcake, right?
Hostess joint, right?
Hostess, yeah, and it had a little swirly thing down the middle. Look, hey man, everybody gets their chance. If he looks like Lionel Richie, then you have the swirly cupcake thing on your
crazy.
satchel thing.
Bro, but that's
that
from
live.
Argentina. I
Said
just
that live. That's crazy.
No.
that's from Argentina. My boy bought it for me.
So you just casually have an Argentina jersey with the art. Oh, so you had this planned out.
I'm
This
God.
was, it's a bigger picture for him.
This
bro.
is from
He was
Argentina.
like-
Look at the goat.
Oh, he's on there. Yo,
Yeah.
did you even notice that? Yo, show him that.
That's Messi.
Oh, jeez.
And then I have
You're a fan, huh? This is like
I'm the
He a
biggest
fan,
Messi
he
fan.
a fan, he a fan.
I'm
he a
the
fan,
biggest-
He a fan, he a fan. You
I-
love Kendrick, right? That's your boy. He a fan, he a fan, he a
He's
fan.
the time. So why do you hate Drake? Huh? What do you
I
think?
love Messi, bro. That's my goat. He's the greatest of all time and the greatest athlete of all time too.
I know you almost got the opportunity to go try and go to that game last week when he was in New Jersey or something like that. Or
I
he
just
was-
went to it.
Oh, you did go to it.
Yeah, I did go to it.
How was that?
Oh, it was amazing. I had a sign that said "Looking for an Argentinian girlfriend" and I had my at on it. I can show you a picture.
Oh,
of it.
you're nuts.
It was hilarious, bro.
Like I said, he a fan, he a fan, he a fan.
That's some
He a
freak-
fan,
that's
he a
some freak
fan.
activity for real.
Freaky ass nigga, he is 69.
You know, how
God.
much, you know how planned that you have to be to put your at on a cardboard or whatever,
That's what I'm saying.
a poster board.
That's my cousin.
Oh, I was about to say, hey, chill.
But did you get any hit ups though?
Yo, Copa America took a
All
picture
right.
of me.
For
Like
those that can't
That's not what
see,
I-
it says Busco Novia Argentina, and he. Oh, so you printed this out? You didn't
My, no,
write it.
my cousin made it. My cousin made it.
That's prepared.
Yeah, she was because I texted her. I'm like, she was like,
TLC.
she was like, yo, can you do this? I'm like, sure, I'll do it. I don't mind. It was hilarious. I had a great fucking time.
The question is, not who posted it. Did anybody slide in the DMs?
Nah, bro, it's unfortunate, but no.
You wasted paper on that, my boy.
There's still time. When was the game?
Like 2 days ago.
There's still time.
Yeah.
You think someone was like, yo, who is this mystery man?
It has my
For
at
2
and everything.
days, Messi was on the field,
Well-
and they're like, yo, forget him. Forget Messi. Who's Gene?
Well, my
Trying
page
to
got
figure it out?
a fuck ton of views right now.
Who?
Like my viewership went up on my page.
Oh, yeah, did it really?
Yeah, so like I'm assuming it's out there, but I don't know.
You know
where.
what that feels like over on this side.
Hey, man, film me trying to get,
You
you
know?
know what I'm saying? The views going up a little bit. Film me just trying to make it, you know what I'm saying? Little. I'm trying, bro. Listen, we're out here, man.
Nah,
Look,
you're growing, bro.
I don't want to act like I'm not excited, but I'm just thankful for the process. I mean, that's all you could be. It's just watch it as it goes along.
Even say because on the basketball court, D Wade was a dog.
Yeah, no, for real.
You know what I mean? So
For lack of another simple word, since you don't like to throw the
that's
word
a
simplicity in there.
that's a word that you use in sports a lot, dog.
Nah, I
But
feel you.
isn't
So-
Jared McCain like that now? Like, isn't he?
Yeah,
to
and
Sixers?
and that's
Who
another
was that?
Jared McCain.
Jared McCain.
How do you not notice?
Listen, you tell me.
Jared McCain got drafted. He's big. That's another controversial thing. Like he's somebody that paints his nails, and like he does a lot of TikToks.
Kid's
and,
good
like,
as hell though, from what I've seen.
I mean, he's okay. His last summer league game, he did shit. So I mean, it is what it is. Kid's 19. No, I'm not saying it has anything to do like that. I'm not an advocate for him.
No,
Do
yeah.
your thing. I'm just giving you the facts.
No, you know more than me. Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
But so his last game, he did shit. So
Oh, D.
He's
I
on the
mean-
Sixers now.
yeah.
You feel
So I mean, again, I don't. Like I said, it's just weird. You know what I mean? Like you have these other like all these people that you got like. What's it called? That you were like drafted with in that same draft class? Because that was Chris Bosh, D Wade, LeBron,
right.
Carmelo. Like you know what I mean?
Oh,
like that
damn.
was a ridiculous ass draft class.
Right.
I don't know. So whatever.
You're
Well, congratulations.
You're put with up with the grades, so then I get what you're saying, bro.
That's all it is.
You
Like,
know what's funny?
if that's what you're gonna do,
but
then do it.
But
you
I'm
know
not
what I mean?
I'm not gonna stand here and like have my own juxtaposition and be like, oh, but I see it as, because that's not how it is either. Like I'm not gonna lie to you. My experience, because I never did my nails like growing up. That wasn't a thing for me until one day. I was in the mall, and you know how like there's the little people that stand in the middle of the mall, and they're like, "Hey, can you want to come try this?" Whatever. I'm like, "All right, cool." I forgot what mall it was in. It was years ago.
Yeah.
And they were like, "Oh, do you want me to like do something to your nails?" And it wasn't paint, but it was like
gel.
The clear coat.
It wasn't even a clear coat. They like buffered my nail like with a machine.
Yeah.
And the machine itself had like a coating in it, but
You're
it
real
wasn't
nice.
gel. It was like, yo. And
Real
then
nicey nice.
I didn't go and buy whatever they were selling. They gave me a little demo on one of my fingers. I'm like, all right, this is cool, whatever. So they're just going in on my one finger. And it's a machine. Like, it looks like something you'd use on a car. Like, it's fully, like, just in there. When I get out my one finger, I think, if I'm not mistaken, it was either my pointer finger or my ring finger. Was, like, you could tell, like, comparatively shiny. Like when you're looking from that nail to my other fingers, I'm like, yo, this is amazing. And obviously, you know, like those kiosk people in the middle always have like wild prices. So he's like, yeah, for one short price of $400. And I was like, yeah, I'm good. And he was like, oh, just so you know, your finger's gonna last like that a month.
And did it really?
And in my head, I was like, yeah, okay. But in my head, I'm like, this is not gonna last me a month. Yo, that one finger was shiny for a month.
My boy was pointing at everything.
Like I would wake up and be like, oh, my one finger would be like, ding, like out in the distance. Like I could
grab that?
You'd be like, yo, like a laser pointer. You just hit that over there real quick. No, but then in that month, I'm like, yo, my nail actually like that one. I was just not that whole month. Like,
How old were you when you did this?
It's maybe like let's say within the last 5 years.
Oh shit.
So then I've gotten a manicure like a couple times, just like trying to maintain it, but obviously like it just
It's expensive, bro.
well, that too. I mean, any type of maintenance is expensive at the end of the day, but I feel like it's one of those things where maybe if I had gotten into it a little bit earlier, it would be more stuck into my routine of how I maintain my fingers regularly. But because I got experience with it a little bit older, I was kind of just like, yeah, I was already doing my thing. I think my fingers look all right. But I respect anyone that does it themselves because it's hard work, bro. Mm-hmm. Also, anyone that like does wild stuff to their eyebrows, like threading and waxing and all that, because that's not for the weak of heart.
Right.
That hurt.
Yo, that's the craziest thing in the world, bro. You ever done that? You ever done anything like that? Like threading or waxing eyebrows or none of that? Bro.
Different.
You done that before?
Hell no, I would never.
Dude.
I would never.
It feels, because I've done it multiple times, it feels like a million knives in your skin all at once. So basically, like, the only way that I could explain it is that I always had really thick eyebrows my whole life. But I guess one year I was going to pop out, I think it was like a holiday, like maybe Easter or something like that. Mm-hmm. And my aunt had to scoop me, but she had to go do her eyebrows. So she scooped me, and I'm out with her. She's only a little bit older than me. Maybe she's like 7 or 8 years older than me. Mm-hmm. She was like, hey, I got to do my eyebrows. I know your eyebrows are kind of thick. Do you want to try and do them too? And I was like, what are they going to do? Because the only experience I had is they just line them up at the barber. And then like the next time you go to the barber, they line them up again. And that's how you maintain it.
Yeah.
Like, oh, this is like that, except it's lined up sharper and it'll last you longer. I was like, what do you mean? And she said, oh, it's going to last like maybe instead of 2 weeks, it might last like a month and a half.
Okay.
I was like, all right, that sounds like it's worth it, right? It's like, oh, how much is it? At the time, I was like, oh, $7. I was like, $7 ain't nothing, right? All right, cool. Yo, I came out of there that first time like I had just done plastic surgery on my face, bro. Like all this was mass swollen because it's like a rope. Like the only way I could and they
Oh my god. Painful.
Yeah.
And in my head, because then the other thing, right, is that they make you hold your eye. So it's like one hand is on your lid and the other one's on the top of your eyebrow, like splitting it open so they could
get into that
and
skin.
rip it into those little hairs, right? And it's kind of like anything where like once you do it a couple times, you get used to it.
Yeah.
But yo, that first time, man,
Crazy.
It looked like I had an allergic reaction, bro. I thought I was gonna die.
Yeah.
It's like,
nah, I've never had to do it. Like I don't have, my eyebrows aren't very dark,
right?
so I don't have to like. I've never had to do like anything.
That's
like
super
that.
lucky, bro.
I could never.
You don't think you could ever do it?
I don't even like getting tattoos, and I have a lot. Shit hurt.
Yeah, but tattoos is a whole different
That's
thing.
what-
I feel like because it's. I mean, not that it's one and done, but it is though.
Yeah, but bro, once you get to like bone, like I want to finish my entire arm. I need to go under if I ever do that.
You get a Messi tat?
I am gonna get a Messi tat.
Are you really?
I swear to God.
You what tattoo of Messi? Are you gonna get him standing or
Nah,
like his
it's-
jersey?
It's gonna be of him in a Barcelona because I'm a Barca fan. So
Right,
he was
right,
the
right.
one that defined like my like childhood in Barcelona,
Right.
and I'm gonna get it's. I like it, bro. Like I'm gonna show it to you. You can clip it, put it up, see what the people think. But bro, that shit is.
There's gonna be a whole lot of editing this weekend. Huh?
Bro, you never put it.
No, I'm
up.
ready for it. The clips that's here.
Nah, bro, it's you know that man that like when you're standing.
The Vitruvian Man.
Yeah, it's like that, but with Messi pointing up.
You know what the Vitruvian Man is? You know that like structure? It's a really famous painting. It's like a person with their arms and legs fully split out, and there's 4 arms like this.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And that's called the Vitruvian Man.
Oh, nice.
So it's that of Messi?
Yeah, but not with an Argentina jersey, with a Barcelona jersey.
Yo, I thought he was butt naked. I was about to be like, chill, dog. I thought he was butt naked in that picture. I was about to be like, you're wilding, bro. I didn't know how to react that for a second. Because you know when someone shows you something wild and you gotta like, but the other arms don't have clothes on them, right? So if you don't look in the middle, it's like, Messi's butt ass naked on my thing. But I think that's cool. I like that a lot.
It's gonna be with a Barca jersey.
Are you gonna color it or are you just gonna leave it?
No, it's gonna be with color.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
what's up. Little red and blue action.
Have to, bro.
That's hard.
Barca fans is a little kid, bro. My team, my GOAT is now 16 now. Our best player.
What you mean your goal? Oh yeah, that new guy, right?
Bro, he scored a banger on France, bro. Oh my god, that clip was ridiculous, bro. He's 16. He's turning 17 tomorrow. And he's a European champ. Well, I think he's gonna be a European champion.
That's the thing about soccer, bro. They start so early, and you get to.
Well, that's not normal though. To be that good, he started at 15.
I mean, not good, but I'm saying to start young. Period. I would say is like
I
a.
started playing when I was like 4, and like,
Right.
and I got to a good level, but I'm not where he is. Like he's playing against 38-year-olds,
Of course.
and he's 16 playing under that pressure. Think about what you were doing at 16, and think about he's doing at 16.
Not that. I'll tell you
Yeah.
that. What were you doing at 16?
16.
What were you doing? What was probably like your what was going on in life at 16?
School. Like I don't know. Like what schools, whatever sports I was in.
Yeah.
Girls.
Yeah.
16.
So imagine like you're just worried about regular stuff. I mean, just like anybody. You feel
Well,
me?
he goes to school too, but like online.
I mean, yeah, like
He has to.
He's a millionaire. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, he's making it. But he came
At
from like
16.
the poorest area in Barcelona.
Okay, so back to what we were talking about last episode with Petey, right?
Yeah.
16-year-old grew up in an area that didn't have financial resource or probably structure in general. Now he becomes a millionaire on one of the most famous teams in history.
Okay.
I feel like he should be legally required to have a financial advisor.
Well, that's the most ideal thing. And at that age, it's your parents. But even then, like they don't.
I'm gonna
know.
push the envelope, bro.
Well, you should,
I'm
but the
put
thing
the
is,
word out there, man. I'm
but
trying to let people know.
I went through that similar situation too. Think about it with Tico.
No.
Well, now I'm going through stuff.
Someone was a financial advisor for a squirrel?
I needed a financial because think about it. We signed a contract. My parents, we were 2 years into this country, right? We signed a contract that wasn't in our favor, and then we didn't know what to do with the money. They should have put that shit in a high yield savings account acquire interest.
Quiet on the Set Part 2.
Yeah, and then now it's like we have to like go through so much stuff where like, you know, if that money was used correctly and someone gave us advice on it, how to like invest it in a sense, it could have doubled or even tripled by now, but we didn't. So having a financial advisor, I think when you're making money at that age, 16, or I started when I was 7, it's important.
I mean, that's a whole... I feel like, obviously, 16 and 7, both you're a child, but 7 is like the extremity. You know what I mean? No one's handing you that money. They're not like...
But my parents didn't know what to do with it. Bro, we had just came to America like 2 years prior.
Started wilding with that money in 2nd grade?
Nah, bro. It's just we didn't know how to use it best. You know what I mean? Like, we didn't grow up with money.
Right.
But, like, they wanted that money to grow in a way that it would help me.
Right.
But they just didn't know where to put it. And, like, also the contract was never in our favor that we signed. So if we had a financial advisor and someone that spoke English to review that contract, now my 13-year-old sister at the time, you know, it could have helped me out. For someone handling like millions of dollars then, his parent is a financial advisor. But even then, like, it has shown many cases that your parent sometimes isn't the best financial advisor because that's not their job.
Of course, you have to be educated in your field, what have you. You can't just always throw it on the people that are closest to you, even though they have your best interest at heart.
100%.
But yeah, man, I feel like, you know, I'm glad that it figured itself out for what it was at the scenario that it is.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, hey, for a 13-year-old, hey, you're still making that money as of it is today.
Yeah,
like you said, right?
I'm very blessed, bro.
Must have done good enough.
Yeah, bro. All to the parlays, you feel me? All on the parlays.
You're funny. You sent that picture to me of your check, and you were like, the Tico money just came in. I was like, yo, he's a clown.
Bro,
so,
help me.
Talking about just doing the right thing and talking about figuring it out at this point in time, another thing we got on this list here, Green Bay, the Packers, allowing fans to smoke and vape in the stadium in Wisconsin. Now, smoke what, David?
Like...
anything?
Pretty much.
Well, I mean, I don't want to say anything because obviously there's hard stuff out there. It's like they're not going to be smoking crack in the stadium. But, you know,
the Green Bay Packers will allow fans to smoke cigarettes, vapes, and Delta 8 pre-rolls in the stands during games for the upcoming NFL season. Now, they're saying Delta 8 pre-rolls, but how are you going to be able to tell a Delta 8 pre-roll from a blunt? You're not.
Right. And they're not going to dig into it.
And what are they going to do? They have a tester there?
Open it right now.
Open it up, unwrap it, this and that. They're not doing that.
That's not Delta 8.
Exactly. And Delta 8 essentially smells like bud and stuff anyway. So
they got like professional like weed smokers in the front. Like,
that's not
open it.
So
he's clean. Roll it back.
Lambeau Field is an open stadium and will now be the only NFL venue to allow smoking within its own stands. So
like, but I feel like
you can light up right there, get crazy right there in Lambeau.
That's kind of
if you want.
I mean, look, not for
with
nothing.
The cheesehead just getting at it.
Yo, just fried off your mind with the cheese head.
With the cheese head
That's
on.
That's kind of nuts, bro. I don't know. I've always wondered about wearing one of those cheese heads. You never did? Because we always had this story. I mean, my favorite player was always Aaron Rodgers, ironically. So, like, the cheese head was always, like, in my mind. Because you know how dedicated you have to be to a fan base?
Yeah.
Like, yo, I'm going to wear cheese today.
All day.
You know what a cheesehead is?
Yeah, the one the
block of cheese that
block of Wisconsin cheddar.
But I want to say, I stuttered crazy. I want to say that I don't think I'm surprised about this, especially in Wisconsin, because I feel like that's a very I don't want to say liberal, but that's a very like open-minded state when it comes to like.
Is it?
Yeah, I would say so. I watched that 70 show. Come on, bro.
Okay.
Oh, damn. Well, okay.
I was in Wisconsin filming.
Right. All right. So then, okay.
You go into the show.
I thought you were gonna use something like factual.
No.
But I guess that's
I'm a very apolitical person, bro. Like when it comes to, especially like I mean, obviously I have my own opinion on all types of things, but I'm the last person that's gonna come up to you and be like, "Did you hear about that law that they passed about?" I'm not the type to talk to you about none of that.
But all right, well I could see that, but yeah. So Wisconsin over there in Lambeau, they're getting at it.
Following Aaron Rodgers' footsteps.
They're doing ayahuasca in the stands.
Yeah, yo, chill. And then they're having a spirit game above the regular game. Like everyone's spirit animal just all above it at the same time.
That would be insane.
Eagle pass to the
Jaguar
jumps out. You said what? Oh my God, bro! All right, I'm so glad you said that. You
Jaguar.
brought that up on your own,
Jaguar.
dude. You know what animal that is, right?
Jaguar.
Do you hear how he's saying it?
Jaguar.
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 Jaguar. Where's the I?
Where's the I, David? He'd be like,
So what do you say, Jaguar?
Jaguar.
not word. Yo, how old are you, bro? It's 1920s? Look here, see? You're gonna get a Jaguar.
A Jaguar?
You're doing it on purpose.
No, I'm not. Say
Jaguar.
Jaguar.
There you go.
Yeah.
Jaguar.
There's no... No!
There's no I in there.
Oh.
Jaguar. Jaguar.
Anyone that was involved
Jaguar.
with David
Jaguar.
at the time when they spoke like this, maybe like during Prohibition or like the Great Depression time. Why did the camera turn off, bro?
Jaguar.
Oh,
Jaguar.
You made it turn on.
I don't understand what. Say it again.
Jaguar.
Jaguar.
It's a very simple word.
Say it again.
Jaguar.
Jaguar. Jaguar.
Guar. Yeah.
Jaguar.
Are you having a hard
time? It was actually hilarious. Top 5.
Top five. Hey, man. I do remember that. That was the good old days, bro. That was back when I had the long hair.
Oh yeah, you did. But this hair suits you. I like this hair on you.
I think my hair, the way it is right now, is like probably the
did.
most solid hairstyle I've had, especially with the beard now.
Yeah.
I think the beard.
But you
brings it
always had
together.
facial hair, no?
No, bro. I mean, starting at a very young age, I always had a goatee. Like I never let it grow because I thought I looked.
Dakota, in high school, you had a beard.
I did not.
Did you really?
I did not have any facial hair.
You
in
look
high school.
exactly the same to me since high school till now, to be honest.
I think that's a mental thing, right? I mean, we could start whenever you guys want to start, but as far as just like real talk, I think that sometimes when you know someone from a really young age, you still see them as you did when you knew them. You know
I look
what mean?
different though from high school though, I think.
To me, you look the same.
Oh really?
I was actually you said that, but I took it in a much deeper sense. I feel like when you know somebody for like especially like childhood friends and stuff like that,
Right.
you almost know them for that. Like if they were kind of like, you know, let's say like wild, or like if he was wild and like in his teenage years, like you'll always look at him as a wild boy.
Right.
You know
right,
what I'm
right.
saying? Even though
You're
he's
talking about personality, though.
yeah, but I'm saying personality or whatever the case may be. Like
Right.
you kind of always look at them in that mark. Like they could be grown with kids and not be wild at all, but in your mind, oh, he's a wild boy.
Stopped
See,
again.
bro, it turned off again, bro. What
That is
going
crazy.
on? It's almost like it was 10 minutes ago. All right, so we're back. Hopefully for the remainder of the show.
We'll see.
And then, we'll just take it from there, bro. So we just talked about Green Bay. So we'll get a little bit more into what's going on with the NBA. The NBA is going to feature nationally televised games 7 days a week once the NFL concludes.
Yeah.
But so when I read that, right, and I know you have more detail lined up for you right now, but it's mostly like intertwined between different platforms, right?
Yeah. So like a bunch of different networks. So I'm assuming this is all part of like the CBA and like the television deals and all this stuff like that, and
Right.
which is part of the reason that that TNT had the whole thing about them disbanding, and it's basically because the NBA is moving to a whole bunch of different platforms. So essentially, the schedule would be, as of now, I'm sure it's gonna change or whatever.
Right.
This is from NBA Central. Monday it'll be on Peacock. Tuesday NBC. Wednesday ESPN. That's the same. Thursday, I guess Tuesdays and Thursdays was usually
God bless you.
bless you. NBA on TNT.
Okay.
Those days. So it looks like Tuesday now, like I said, is NBC. Thursday, Amazon. Friday, ESPN/Amazon. Saturday, ESPN/Amazon. And Sunday, NBC/ESPN.
I wasn't surprised about Amazon at all, though, especially with the fact that like they've already been airing NFL games and I believe some MLB games too, right?
Yeah.
So hey, man, they're just following suit. They're trying to take over the wave. I think that's gonna make it exciting. Obviously, there's not everybody. I mean, I'm not gonna air myself out, but a lot of people have like jailbroken devices or what have you that lets you watch all those games anyway. And I'm not gonna sit here and say that if you can take advantage of it, don't.
Speaking about jailbreaking, go ahead.
Hey man, look, we just keep all that right there. So then there are people.
It's not like
hypothetically, technically,
it's not like a SWAT team.
They're gonna be no. Hey man, you never know. This goes out on the internet, though. They'll be like,
Amazon,
we got them.
For a
and
fire
like, coming through the thing.
Crazy.
No man, I think that
I almost feel like they sell you those things to jailbreak them.
That's neither here nor there. Talking about Amazon, right? Everybody has the fire sticks. In the most legitimate way possible, this is exciting news because then a lot more people get access to a lot more games without having to buy the NBA pass or without having to buy
but that's just mind you, it said nationally televised games. So nationally televised games are still a select few. Because you got to think about it. On every given night, there's 6 games being played.
Right.
So they're not showing you all 6 games. So you still need the league pass and everything.
If you wanted to watch to that extent,
I actually don't like that. I think you're spreading them out too thin. Now there's like 5 or 4 different platforms that I need to have just to be able to watch these nationally televised games. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, so it's like, I don't know. It just seems like you might not have Amazon.
Yeah.
You definitely probably don't got Peacock. So it's
you know what's funny? Everybody has one friend that has a Peacock.
I'm that friend.
You're that friend? You have the
friend?
Peacock?
Yeah, bro, for the World Cup.
Oh, that's what it is.
But he won't have it in another week or so once
his
trial
ends.
So
the World Cup came and he was like, all right, come on, 7 days, they cancel.
Let's go.
I still watch it though for The Office.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not an office person, bro.
So I'm just saying.
Been.
So it is what it is. Obviously, they're doing what any major sports commissioner would do: try to get media deals and try to be on every platform. So
right.
Whatever.
Because there are gonna be some people that aren't those diehard fanatics that they already have a Peacock, right? Like Gene.
Yeah.
And then if he wanted to, and there was a game on Peacock, maybe if he's scrolling, the office gets a little dry, whatever, filming, he flips it. He's like, oh, there's a game on right now.
Yeah.
And that's how you catch other people in other places where they might have not caught people before.
Yeah,
not everybody was tuning in. I mean, I'm not saying it in a bad way, but in the general span, not everyone was tuning into NBA on TNT, where Gene wasn't on that stream filming, but he caught him somewhere else. So I think that makes sense. As like you said, it's a business at the end of the day.
100%.
So it makes sense from a business perspective.
Yeah, of course.
But as a diehard,
it's just a little annoying.
Go get yourself that fire stick.
Yeah.
But one thing that as far as basketball goes, that I was prepared to talk about, we also went back and forth a little bit about this, is about Kawhi not playing in the Olympics.
Yeah.
How he had that sudden announcement that him and the Clippers decided it was best for everybody if he didn't play.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that?
I feel like we got to stop giving Kawhi Leonard this pass and stop putting him in this upper echelon of players because my man is never available. Like, he wasn't in the playoffs because of a knee. Like, this is a recurring thing. So I'm not surprised that he can't play. I was more surprised that he was going to play, to be honest with you.
He was suited up. He took the pictures for the Olympics and all that. He was over there.
But the playoffs are not that far removed, and you couldn't play because you had an injury.
Right.
So 3 months now down the line, you're able to suit up and go play in the Olympics? I don't think so.
Right.
Not you, Kawhi. You know what I'm saying? Not for real. So I wasn't surprised. What I am surprised of is out of all the people that they could have got to play,
right,
they called up Derek White.
Yeah. So I'm really glad that you brought that up because we like to give flowers and flowers are due. I'm a one person that likes to listen every once in a while into Gilbert Arenas' podcast.
Yep.
And I'm gonna play this for you guys so you can hear it. I know I sent it to you already, but I'm gonna put a clip. I'm gonna try and clip the hell out of this video.
Why
It's
not?
gonna be real information,
do
but
it.
this is what. All right, I'm sorry. Let me start over, right?
I have the drive right here.
And I also got it open right here,
okay.
right? So let me just let me ask you really quick. Do you have any idea who Gilbert Arenas is? So let me start from the beginning,
Agent
shall
Zero.
I? Because, let's just start over.
You should call it Patient Zero.
Agent Zero.
Agent Zero. So,
Hibachi.
an all-star of the past, a very good basketball player.
Okay.
I think in the long run of it, aside from being a very successful player, I think that as far as from what I've learned about this podcast, he also has a very strong basketball IQ. I mean, just like any professional athlete would in the sport that they have. But at the same time, I think that you also got to figure out, like, what is the perspective of someone that played the sport for real, as we've mentioned in the past, right? So this is someone that was an all-star, right? So this is what he had to say about Kawhi Leonard, which is another very successful player, suiting up and then leaving the team for the Olympics.
Kawhi is a forward. They replaced a forward with another guard.
Point guard.
Another point guard, right? If you're going to go another point guard, you might as well get damn near the second best point guard in the league last year, which is Brunson.
Facts. And he was already on the FIFA team.
You might as well go get Brunson.
He should have been the first one that he
Right? So the fact that you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 guards now. Steph Curry at the point, Tyrese, Drew Holiday. He's the fourth point guard. Like, you got rid of a wing player. So you bring in a wing player.
Yeah.
KD's not playing, wing player.
need him.
Kawhi's out, wing player. You bring in a guard.
They can't play 3 or 4.
You're not going to have a lineup of Curry, White, and Drew Holiday.
No.
You're not going to do that.
No.
So that means it has to be Jalen or it has to be any other small forward, Jimmy Butler, someone out there who can play a big 2 or a 3.
And we know he's
Like
willing, too. We know Jalen Brown's willing to go. And
But it's not the point of the player themselves. It's not you, it's your position.
Yeah,
Like, I don't care about the player himself, it's your position. Why did they get rid of a big, knowing you just lost one, a bigger guy? You just lost a 6'11", 7 foot, 3, 4, 5, however you want to play him there. And then you lost a 2, 3, 4 to bring in a 1.
and Brandon Ingram, you look at
All right, so that's the clip. Now we all got to watch it really quick. How do you feel about that? I think that I agree. I don't know if Derek White was the same answer.
I think that he put it in a very politically basketball correct way. If
What do you mean by
of,
that?
If you got rid of a wing, then you should have replaced it with a wing. And he is right from a basketball standpoint because
Fill in
you
the
do
hole you
need
just
that.
lost.
However, in international basketball, international ball, they do play smaller. So I think Gilbert Arenas, I don't know if he meant to keep it that way, but to me, aside from, because Derek White can defend. Derek White can defend the 1 and the 2 and the 3. He
Right.
can defend on that 3. Like, he's not gonna, and these European players aren't gonna be super big where they're just outmatching him. It's just not.
Right.
It's just not what it is. It's historical, however you want to put it. You understand what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
the biggest guys that you see on the course, on the court, for the most part, play in the NBA. You know?
Right.
Like Canada, yeah, they're all NBA players. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so it's like, but like you look at like Serbia's team. Serbia's team's not super big. You know,
Right.
Greece, Giannis is the biggest one on the team. Like, it's just not. Size isn't what bothers me. So Gilbert's saying that, yes, it makes sense in a basketball point, but for me, it's more like a snub.
Yeah.
Like, because
Good word.
how do you not? You have Jason Tatum on the team. You have Drew Holiday. The person that makes the most sense to bring on is Jalen Brown,
Jalen
who
Brown.
was the Eastern Conference Finals MVP and the Finals MVP.
Right. Why wouldn't you want him on the Olympic team? But that's also when like media comes into play. It's like, oh, why are you gonna have all these Celtics on the team? But then
There's
they bring
two
in Derek
Lakers.
White. They brought in Derek
There's two
White anyway.
Lakers.
Derek White's a Celtic, right?
He also is a Celtic.
But that's what I'm saying. There's two Lakers. There's two Suns. Devin Booker and KD.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? So it's not like,
It's not like they're trying to like keep it.
yeah, you bring in the
distributed.
best players or whatever the case may be. And I listen, I've never been like this huge Jalen Brown fan, but you go off and you win a championship and you get Eastern Conference Finals MVP and you get Finals MVP and you're not on the USA Olympic basketball team?
Yeah.
That doesn't even make sense
If
to
you're
me.
the best player in the NBA, hypothetically, in that year, then you
I
probably
mean,
should
well,
be an
he
Olympian.
didn't get season MVP, but still though, those are two very big accolades on top of winning a championship.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? Like, you were the main reason, technically, or the biggest reason, or whatever you
The
want to
most
say.
valuable reason.
The most valuable reason that your team won a championship, and you're not playing at the Olympic Games
Now, if I can.
with another one with supposedly your running mate, Jason Tatum, who's supposed to be your counterpart.
They're sleeping on him.
It's just nuts.
I don't know
though.
why that was there, but I'm really glad it is. I feel fantastic.
I'm
right
sure
now.
you do,
So, if I can really
but
quick.
it's just nuts.
I think that, like you said, obviously there's a big size difference between the competition he would have to experience on the NBA front versus playing in the Olympics. But I do think it makes sense as far as, like you said before, the defensive presence that he brings for the competition that he's willing to go against. Does that kind of say that, like, maybe they put the quality of defense that Kawhi could play, potentially injured, at the same level of Derek White as healthy? Do you put it like that? Is it one of those
The only
things?
thing that I could think of is, so Grant Hill also basically said that it had nothing to do with any type of deals or something, because Jalen Brown's whole thing was, this is because of Nike, right? He has like this thing against Nike. He's talked against them, and Nike obviously is the sponsor for the Olympics, and for at least for the basketball team it is. So it's one of those things where Grant Hill was saying that Derek White, it was a basketball move.
Right.
So, and that's where it kind of contradicts with Gilbert, because Derek White, all right, so I'm going to break it down like this. Who do you have on the team? Steph Curry, LeBron James, Kevin Durant, Devin Booker, Anthony Edwards, Jason Tatum. These are all alpha guys on their team.
Right.
There's only one basketball. There's only one basketball. Most of these guys are very good, like, solo players, ISO players, and stuff like that.
Right.
You only have The only guy that's really a distributor on that team for real, is LeBron James. If you think about it, with
The
him
only
having
one?
I mean, Steph Curry's more of a shooter than he is a passer, right? Oh, Tyrese Halliburton, sorry, he's on the team,
How
so
about
he's
my boy Drew Holiday?
Drew Holiday's not really Drew Holiday's more of a defensive minded guard than he is. He's more like a Derek White. So basketball wise, I think Derek White fits because he doesn't need the ball. Right?
He needs someone to get it to those stars that do need the
He'll
ball.
just go out there and literally take open shots when he has them and defend. That's all he really like. He'll do that. Now, will Jalen Brown, would he do that? Because somebody's going to have to, because, again, he'd be a star, right?
Yeah.
Stars want the ball, stars this and this and that. So, if you put it in that basketball aspect, no matter all the stars you have, you still need chemistry and stuff like that. Guys still have to be able to defer, right? Be able to want to defer.
Right.
Because, again, somebody's going to have to. So, you could have the argument that maybe it's easier to get Derek White to defer than it would be to get Jalen Brown to defer.
100%. I think that makes sense to me.
So if you look at it in that way, then okay. And Derek White again can defend. He can shoot. He can pass. He can do all the things that you want. I mean, he's a great blocking guard, great rebounding guard. So
I don't
think
think it's his game that has people on such a controversy about him being there or not. It's about other people's game and what it also could have brought to the team. I don't think no one's saying that Derek White is bad by any means.
No. But
now, I have this to ask you, right? Because this is also what was interesting to me. So when that news first came out, right? The news came out and media outlets were saying it was in the best interest of Kawhi Leonard and the Clippers.
Right.
And it came out as like it was a Clippers team decision for him to not be right, okay. And then later on, more news came out where the head coach of the Olympic team, I forget who it is off the top of my head.
I forget too.
But
who's the Olympic coach? I actually don't even know.
It's someone famous.
Is it Hurley? Isn't it Dan Hurley?
No, it's not. It's not. I don't want to misquote.
Yeah.
Olympic basketball coach.
Yeah.
Come on, here we go.
Shouldn't be that hard to find.
Steve Kerr?
There you go, Steve Kerr. Yeah,
all right,
yeah, it is Steve Kerr.
So Steve Kerr comes out.
It's just that he has a whole bunch of head coach assistants.
I feel like the interview I saw wasn't Steve Kerr. It was someone.
No, it's Steve Kerr. He's the head coach.
What I'm saying is I watched the interview of a coach for the Olympics.
Maybe it's Grant Hill.
I think it was Grant Hill. Yep, it was Grant Hill. And he was like, he's talking about it. They asked him, hey, what happened with the whole Kawhi? And then he comes out and says it was in the best interest of the Olympic team to ask him to step away. So it may be a bigger story than different people are letting out.
I'm sure
and it's probably not even that big of a story anyway. You know, he was hurt. They said he had a quote-unquote strong couple practices, which I don't know what that means when he's, photoing it up in the...
I think it's just
they're all
one of
trying to
those
spin
things.
the basketball on their finger. Like, what kind of strong practice is that for real?
The Clippers just lost Paul George for nothing.
Right, so they need to hold that asset.
So their biggest asset, their biggest star, the person that they put a lot of money and chips into is Kawhi Leonard. So if you know that as the Clippers organization, right, and you say to yourself, this guy's injured, we can't risk him being injured. We need him to come into the, you know what I'm saying? He just came off playing the most games he's played in the last 6 years with 60 something games. So you need, even though he was hurt in the playoffs when it really counted, but again, so I'm sure there was talk between both, and it was one of those things where you say it was the best interest, I say it was the best interest, whatever the case may be, but let's get him off the team because
he was looking hurt in those vacation pictures too. You saw those? Kawhi posted up. I think he was in Costa Rica.
Yeah.
He was like, you know how people be posing for pictures. He looked like he just needed a wheelchair, bro. He was out there
so, but whatever they did, they got Derek White now, and let's see how it goes. I think again, I'm not a super Jalen Brown fan or whatever, but he's deserving. He should be on that team.
Now, on that same note of a team being worried about a very valuable player of theirs going somewhere else, I got something else for you. Are you on the same note as me? I didn't write it down, David. I didn't write it down.
Come on.
So, drum roll, please. Juan Soto is set to play in the All-Star game, shrugs off any concern about his hand injury. I don't know how much Yankees you've been watching lately, but I've dove in a little more than specifically usual.
Okay.
And when Juan Soto is at bat, every time he swings, it looks like his hand's about to fall off, right? As respectfully as possible, I know that he's priority number one for the Yankees, as he should be, because everyone's kind of trying to see so bad what's going to happen with them next year. Obviously, Aaron Judge is in a slump right now, so they're kind of looking at him to kind of pick up that slack. Do they have enough depth? Everything we were talking about with Petey, whatever. Now, if this is kind of like your last hope, if you look at the Yankees, right, and you see the Yankees don't have the depth that you feel could come up if, God forbid, Juan Soto faced a real injury, and then he goes to play in the All-Star game, you're putting that at risk, because if Aaron Judge is in a slump and Juan Soto gets injured,
Aaron Judge is in a slump.
Aaron Judge is in a little slump
He
right
just hit a
now.
home run.
He just hit a home run. Yeah, no, he's doing good run wise. But I'm saying in general, like his at bat, he's. Now I'm not saying he hasn't had a good season.
I don't think I just don't agree with you on that statement. I don't believe Aaron Judge is in a slump. I just believe everybody else on the team is in a slump. So
Well-
it's making him look. But he's going out. Last episode I read you the stats.
Yeah, I know. I'm not saying he's not
How
having
could
a
you be
good
in-
season.
But
I'm
that's
not
what I'm
saying.
saying. So where does slump come from?
Slump comes from he went from doing amazing, and yes, his runs are still up there because he started off so hot. But if you look at his stats, like maybe the last X amount of games in a row, it hasn't been as successful as the beginning of the season. I'm not
Yeah,
saying he's not doing
and-
well, but the slump is from where he was at until as most recent as possible. His season is still successful.
And what's the reason for the slump?
He can't do it alone. You're not wrong. I'm not saying you're not wrong, but he's also part of the formula at the end of the
So I'm
day.
just protecting my boy.
So then, why let Soto go play in the All-Star game if that's what's going on right now with the Yankees? You
I
know
have
what I
no
mean?
idea.
It's the same story. It's the same thing.
I
as
have
the
no
Clippers.
idea.
Like,
If that's what Juan Soto wants to do, they're probably like, let Juan Soto do it
Yeah.
because we need to keep him as happy as possible because there's no guarantee that we can re-sign him
yeah, like what? If you're the Yankees, you tell him no. He'll be like, fine, I won't be here next year.
or whatever.
And what would they do?
Or
What would the
whatever.
Yankees do?
That's what I'm saying.
All
Or
that
whatever.
hard work gone.
Yeah.
Out the window.
I don't know. So I
That's,
mean,
that's a Yankee fan's worst nightmare right now is Juan Soto doesn't want to come back to the Yankees. But I'm not going to lie to you, wouldn't blame him.
yeah.
As good as the Yankees are right now, wouldn't blame them. But I don't know. I think that if it was me talking from a athlete's perspective, I think the only reason that someone should go out of their way to risk an injury in an external event is if it's postseason. Put it all out there because this is your chance. You got to do it now or never. That's what makes sense to me.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you're just risking the well-being of the team as a whole. And that should tell you more about where their priorities are at as a member of your team than anything. 100%.
I agree.
Like right now, right? Let's say, for example, just switch it into soccer really quick. Let's say Messi, going into this final, was dealing with a minor injury.
He is.
Oh, is he really?
Yeah.
It's almost as if I know. What's he dealing with right now?
I think he had an adductor strain, like something he had in his game versus Chile. He got a hit, and he was like, he's iffy. Watch him play against Ecuador. He wasn't 100%, and he's been like this the entire tournament.
And he's definitely not back to where he is for the final.
Nah, I mean he'll still make a difference, but
Right.
he's gonna go to Miami, and I wouldn't be surprised if he
In Miami, bro. Like he plays there. You know what I mean?
That's
It's
what I'm
already
saying.
his
Yeah, but that's
environment.
another thing too. Like, not to cut you off,
No, you're
not to
good.
cut you guys off, but all these guys play injured.
Yeah.
Of
like,
course.
like that's what professional sports is. So at the end of the day, like, I know you're saying like something like, oh, like you don't want him to risk whatever injury, but all these guys play injured all the time.
But
like,
not all of them should though.
No, not all of them should, but there's always some type of a lingering injury and this and this and that. Like, Juan Soto's too important to the lineup to not play. So, you know, and also, you also got to realize that some of these contracts, you get incentives and stuff like that, like for playing in the All-Star game, being voted an All-Star. You get extra money, bonuses, and things like that. So, if you're Juan Soto and you've been playing this whole time, yeah, your hand might hurt, but it ain't killing you. It ain't. You know,
So
like,
what's the difference between him and Kawhi Leonard then?
because Kawhi Leonard hasn't had a history of ever being healthy at all. So it's like you have to take more of a concern for it. Juan Soto's had a pretty decently healthy career, so you figure that he knows his body. Kawhi clearly doesn't know his body because every time
he's been trying to figure it out.
He's been trying to figure it out because every time he gets on the court, he gets hurt in some type of way. So if you're an organization, you're not going to risk that. Now, somebody who genuinely stays healthy for the most part, and like again, athletes know their body more than anybody else and stuff like that. So
a hand injury is no joke, though, bro.
But you don't know how serious it is, though. You're saying that it looks like he's in pain. You don't know that.
He looks like he's in pain, and then they interviewed him and they asked him, and he said it was quote unquote painful at times.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Cortisol. There's a shot.
Yeah, like you never, you know what I'm saying? Like,
or vitamin. I'm dead serious.
I just don't find it.
Suarez takes shots for his knees.
There you go. See?
Does he really?
I swear.
Come on now.
That's why he be out here chomping on people.
You're
Where they be injecting.
But you could go ahead and continue what you're gonna say. But I was just saying that, I'm sure because as soon as he said that Messi was hurt, I'm like in my mind, I started thinking of course he's hurt. It's a fucking final. You know what I mean? Like you're playing a professional sport. You're getting knocked around. It's physical. People are sliding into you.
But that just goes on to say that's why that's when you should do it in the postseason. Like when it's. I mean, I guess it's not the postseason of his regular season team, but it's.
This is still a big thing, though.
It's a big event. Yeah, it's a big tournament.
So, but at the same time, if you're an organization, maybe if Paul George was still there, maybe they may say, give him a shot, maybe give him a little bit more chance. But ain't no Paul George. Who we got? Kawhi and Russell Westbrook.
Yeah.
Bring your ass over here, Kawhi. Sit down.
And the same thing
Make sure you good, bro. We don't.
The same thing with Soto. Like maybe if Aaron Judge was doing a little better, and maybe if the depth on the Yankees was a little more productive right now, maybe the Yankees wouldn't be so worried about what's gonna happen with Soto right now.
Exactly.
But yeah, go ahead and then come back, whoever.
That's all it is.
Yeah,
so.
man. It's a rough scenario, but please, you were.
I mean, right now it's different for Messi because if he was hurt, playing for a European team, well, they're in their preseason, off season right now. But
right.
MLS is in season right now, and I promise he's gonna go back to Miami. Once the tournament's over, he won't play maybe 1 or 2 games.
Just to rest.
Yeah, he's gonna have to. He's been playing every game. He's played every minute, and some of these games have gone into 120 minutes. And Messi's not 29 no more. He's 37.
Yeah.
He's an old.
He
guy.
can keep up, but
he's not the same no more. If you look at clips of Messi when he was 25 to now, he's just no longer as explosive. But it's the extent of the injury. If it's a hamstring injury, obviously you can't run. You're no use to the team. But maybe it's an adductor strain. You take a cortisol shot or take something to numb the pain. You'll be fine. Especially in a final.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's gonna play.
You're gonna try whatever you can.
Yeah, you're gonna play. And Messi doesn't even run that much in the games. He just walks and then he has his burst.
You said this before. I remember you saying that's true. He just be like,
yeah, bro, watch him play. Well, now at least. Before it was.
I'm gonna watch him play on Sunday. Yeah. Well, for anyone who's watching, it's Friday the 12th right now. So by the time the episode comes out, this final would have already happened. But
yeah, I have my winner though.
Unless I could try and fingers crossed, drop it a little early.
I got my winner though. I finally got it in my head.
Well, who is it?
It's gonna be Argentina.
Man, that late ass response. That was 3 videos ago.
It's not my fault. I've been thinking about it.
Oh my God.
I feel good.
Well, talk about building anticipation. He was like, "Oh man, I'm gonna hit him with it right now."
You brought me into soccer, bro, and injuries. I went to school for this.
So speaking of soccer, before we hop out of soccer, I want to talk a little bit about this. So we talked about Copa, but how about the Euros?
I fucking love the Euros. Oh my God, what a tournament, bro.
What are the Euros? Explain the Euros.
The Euros is based. So every country has their.
Why'd you point at me?
Because
I know what the Euros are.
Listen,
you know what the Euros are?
No, well, listen, I was talking to you because I know you said this isn't your world, so I thought part of explaining to him is explaining to everyone.
That's what I'm here for.
All right, so
you know what the Euros are, right?
I'm not about to explain them. You are.
Oh, my fault. So every country, every continent has their own intercontinental tournament. So Copa America is usually with just South America. Euros is Europe. AFCON, the African tournaments with Africa. The Asia Cup is Asia. The Euros is just the tournament between the best teams in Europe. But I love the Euros. It's just super different from Copa, though. Like, if you want to look at quality, go look at the Euros. If you want to see people with machetes hitting each other 24/7, go look at Copa. I love Copa for that exact reason.
So the final for the Euros is England against Spain.
English or Spanish?
Yeah, I was gonna ask you about that. So I've always seen that on TikTok, but no lie, I don't know what it means.
Oh, you don't know what it means?
I don't know what it means.
So
am I like late to the party? Do you know what that means, bro?
English or Spanish?
There's like
Yeah.
a trend going on
it's
TikTok.
so funny.
And then like if you're if a girl comes up to a guy.
No, it's like some random guy comes up to you. He's like, "Oh, English or Spanish?" And if you hear that, and he says first one to move is gay in that language, and they all stay. It's hilarious. Like, it's so stupid and it's so funny.
So now it's England against Spain.
And English or Spanish, yeah.
Oh.
I know my winner. 100% who's winning that. I'd bet like the house on it, to be honest.
Let's hear.
Spain, easily. England does not deserve to be there at all.
Oh, so
in my opinion.
it's not like a Colombia situation where they've been playing really well the entire.
If you look at the
tournament.
English group stage, first off, for two reasons. One, England has, in my opinion, the best team individually. And I've said this in messages. I have so many receipts. But when it comes to a collective unit, they suck. They don't produce good ball. They don't play well together. They don't get the best. The coach doesn't get the best out of his players. In my opinion, Gareth Southgate, which is their head coach, he isn't a good coach. A good coach brings the best out of their players, and especially their best players. He doesn't.
Right.
But they've gotten the result. They're not in the final out of straight luck. They took it to pens for like many games. They beat Holland. I don't think they deserve to be there because their cup has been absolutely 5 out of 10 at best. But they deserve to be there because they can finish games, and sometimes you just need a 1-0 win.
Right.
It may not be pretty like a Spanish side where their football is amazing.
Right. Graceful.
It's graceful. You have so much talent. It's exciting to watch. English ball has been boring. I hate it. I fall asleep during watching it. And I have beef with the English for some reason. I don't know. But Spain wins that, no problem. And if they don't, I don't know what I'm going to do.
Since you seem so bold, let me ask you. So if you were to ask a score prediction right now for the game that you think is going to happen.
Oh, it's going to be a very low scoring game. Very low scoring.
Both are two good defensive teams?
England has done very well defensively, and I think that, offensively, Spain has, first off, the two best youngest wingers duo right now in all of Europe, with Nico Williams being 21 and Lamine Yamal being 16. So going into this tournament, a 16-year-old winning this tournament.
Lamine is that guy you were talking about,
Yeah,
the 16-year-old from Barcelona. That's nasty.
Dude, he started. Xavi called it up when he was 15. But in regards to that, like, I think there's too much talent and grace on Spain. They're on a hot streak. They got the best midfielder in the world, in my opinion, with Rodri. And the only thing that England is better, I think, is they're more compact units, so it'll be difficult to play against them. So it'll be a low-scoring game. Any England game has been low-scoring, probably under 4 goals. And this could go into extra time. And if it does, if it goes into penalties, I'm not going to lie.
You think you might have England?
Yeah. England is just penalty takers. They're cold, man.
I've heard that.
They're disgusting. Like they're just so they don't care. They'll look at you, and their goalkeeper's a prick, and that's what you need in a good keeper. Same thing with Argentina's keeper, Dibu. He's a prick. He'll save a penalty just for hitting a dance. Just look at you, say like suck it and all this shit.
Yeah, the mental game.
Yeah, so Pickford definitely has that edge over Unai Simon. And I just think playing in England, being one of the best countries to play football in, England has that edge if it goes to penalties. If it's within the 120 minutes, if it goes to extra time, Spain should win this no problem.
Right.
I just think Spain should definitely win it. I love Spain. I live there. I need them to win.
That's right. That you did talk about that. So is that aside from you like having a problem with England or whatever, right? That's another thing. Like it's kind of you rooting for like this country that you lived in for a little while, right?
And Lamine Yamal plays there. I support.
So you got Messi in one tournament, and you got Spain in another tournament.
Well, I wanted
You're
to.
You're very biased when it comes to these teams that kind of rallied around for these finals.
Well,
I gotta say.
I thought that France was going to win this entire tournament until I saw them play, and they played terrible. They weren't good.
On paper, they're supposed to be good.
On paper, they have one of the nastiest squads, but
on paper, they're the Jets.
Yeah, but they just didn't perform. I think they scored maybe an open play, like 3 goals.
Which is nuts.
Which is terrible for that, with having Mbappe. You could say it because of his broken nose or whatever, but even Mbappe came out to say, hey, my Euros was a failure. And it's right. With that team, you need to make the final every single time.
Yeah, bro.
But Spain was better. Spain killed Germany, and they have good depth. And their head coach. And that environment, I just think Spain. But plus, if whoever wins the Copa America and the Euros, they play a game which would be the finalissima. And I want it to be Messi versus Lamine Yamal, the torch being passed.
Cool.
I would love to see.
That would be crazy.
I would love to see that. I'm still very biased that I want Colombia to win because it'd be beautiful to see James. I have no I don't care who wins this tournament.
Right.
I love Messi and I want to see James win because it's always beautiful to see the underdog
it's
win. It's a win-win. But I think that it'd be an amazing story, and I think FIFA will probably create it, where Messi wins. They play the finalista with Lamine Yamal, and it's like passing the torch. And you can they're both Barcelona products, both started super young. And you know what's crazy? I didn't tell you this.
Wow.
In 2007, Barcelona had a thing.
I saw this, and
it's not like it's
2007. Like Messi went to a charity event.
Yeah, so
and he was holding the kid that you're talking about, like in a picture.
He cleaned him and everything. It's basically like if Lamine Yamal wins the Ballon d'Or and he becomes who we want him to be, because he's super young and anything can happen. It would be like the passing of it was destiny. Like Messi, before Messi was Messi, he saw this kid, bathed him, and you could see him smiling. You could see they touch each other like this, I think it was, or like they grab each other's hand, and now he is who he is now.
Which is nuts.
And Lamine Yamal's also left-footed. He plays on
is he really?
He plays on that same wing that Messi played his entire time. Like, it's a little too coincidental where, like...
Well, what was killing me is that in 2007, Messi had the Jesus haircut, right? And he was rocking the all-white the day that he picked it up. I don't know if you heard that. So, like, he's holding this kid that's now, like, the next superstar in Barcelona. And he has the long hair with the all-white on. Messi was built like Jesus in the picture. So he's holding this baby looking like Jesus. And now this baby turned out to be the next star.
Oh,
there you go again. Well... I think
that's God right there.
I think that's God right there. Right, brought up Jesus and they shut down the camera. So
for real.
I don't know. Is there much more for us to get into?
No, other than if you want to give a quick congratulations to Jalen Brunson for signing that.
You want to just put it on your lap? There you go.
Quick congratulations for Jalen Brunson signing that 4-year extension of $156 million. Even though, if he would have waited till next summer, he could have got a 5-year deal with $113 million added to that, so over 200 something million. So he left some money on the table, but
for the Knicks
to get pieces and things like that. So, big up to Jalen Brunson. I mean, it's still a whole lot of money. None of us will ever see $156 million.
It's enough to make a game-changing difference in the team. He could have had that for himself, but now that he can take
you know what I mean. He could have pulled a Carmelo. One of the things that I, disliked a lot about Carmelo is the fact that he kind of forced the Knicks to trade for them, which forced them to pay an extra $30 million for him, which they could have used to keep guys like Wilson Chandler and Timothy Mozgov and Danilo Gallinari, and hey, maybe the Knicks might have had some more success earlier on. Not a Knicks fan, but I was a Carmelo fan, and
so
I
this
was
is where you see Jalen Brunson might learn from that decision.
I just feel like these superstars make a lot of money, and I'm no one to tell somebody to leave money on the table, because to be honest with you, I probably wouldn't.
Right.
But when you have a superstar caliber type of player, and you see them willing to do something like that, take a cut, it's nice to see.
Yeah, it shows you where their head is at.
You want that for a leader.
Yeah.
And if you're smart, like, and I don't know if I guess it all depends on how marketable you are, how marketable your city is, and stuff like that. But if Jalen Brunson wins a championship in New York, you don't think that he's gonna make that $113 million back?
Right back.
Right.
It was nothing. And that
back.
That also goes.
Here comes a shoe. Here comes billboards. Here comes he's gonna be. You couldn't walk in New York.
Would you rock a Brunson?
I'd rock a Brunson.
If it was nice, though.
I'd rock a Brunson.
The Brunson can't be chippy, though. It can't be like some boo-boo ass shoe that you just...
Oh, you mean like the shoes?
I'm talking about, would you rock a Brunson? What did you think?
I thought you were talking about the jersey.
I thought the same.
Oh, no. I meant like you said the shoes come out.
I mean, well, right now he wears Kobe's. So
a
it's
Nike deal, potentially? I don't know, man. Look, that's we've talked about that in the past, and I gotta tell you, I wanted to correct myself because in the past I told you that I thought the Anthony Edwards were ugly.
They're fire.
The lows are
sick.
nice.
Yeah.
The lows are nice.
The highs don't look that much different from the lows.
The highs are a little weird. I'm not gonna lie. They look like geometric, like the pivot of where the ankle support starts and stops. You get what I'm saying? But that's just me, and everybody has their own whatever, you know.
Exactly.
But I think that tells the whole league, right? Not just the East, not just their division or whatever. That tells the whole league that the Knicks are going for it right now.
Yeah, I mean they are. They still need some stuff, but you know,
I'd be hype if I was a Knicks fan.
That's a good
yeah, for sure.
that's a good way to go.
Just put it on the chair. Yeah, either or, yeah, whatever. Yeah, he couldn't take all the basketball. He's like, you know, whatever. I gotta pee, bro.
No, I had to sit here for that soccer. So
Yo, I swear, do you know how much water I've been drinking? I'm so sorry.
yeah,
It's all that tea you've been drinking,
well,
bro.
we're about done,
But on that note, I mean, I know there was other stuff on here, but to be honest, with all this camera stuff going on, I might just say, hey.
no, it's fine. I mean, we could wrap it up, right? This episode's gonna be late, but the finals on Sunday, so everybody enjoy, right?
Yeah, I might try to do my best to see if I could drop it by Sunday, maybe just for the purpose of the topics and what have you.
Yeah, whatever you want to do.
What good is the estimations of it on for a game that comes out on Sunday if it comes out on Tuesday?
True.
So
but
I'm gonna do my best, you know. As you hear this now, fingers crossed, but we'll see.
that's off, isn't it?
Yeah, it's, you know, we talked about it before. It's a
yeah.
ghost of just like trying to
Yeah,
move.
the
So
ghost.
on that note, I mean, Tico already said bye, basically.
Pretty much, right?
Yeah,
the
right?
freaking started squealing and
You're
everything.
funny as
like,
you said I had to sit here for all that soccer.
yeah, right. Like you couldn't fucking wait 3 seconds before the show to be over.
Yeah, what a clown, bro. But
Getting too comfortable in that chair, there, guy.
you know,
You're a guest.
It was too much around him. He had the Jordan on
You're
the back
a
of
guest.
his chair.
All right.
Yeah, you sit here and you
You're a
wait for me to
guest.
finish. No, I feel like especially now that the camera's off, it's also different. But on that note, I think that we're all good on our end.
We're all good, man.
You know, good luck to all these games. I hope that things go the way that we want them to go, and
100%.
come back at you with some more basketball. Oh, also, just a little announcement. As we get into August, I think August is when we're going to start easing our way back into one of my favorite parts of the show, which is the fantasy aspect of what's going on in football.
Oh, I definitely also need to be in that fantasy
No,
league.
let's do it. You know,
That's not even
or we
like
might
a
have to
thing.
make a new one. You know, we could just start a whole league that we just follow from here on out, and we can figure it out from there. Or, right, same thing, double idea. If I'm in the same league that I was last year, you just co-host the team with me. And that'll be it, and we can rock it out like that. We can talk about the edits that we made and why and whatever. It's gonna get exciting, man. I'm gonna have some hard-hitting people come in August to talk about like heavy fantasy industry.
I've got some. I know some people that play a whole lot of fantasy. They do a whole lot of fantasy.
So there we
Live
go.
off of
The
fantasy.
next month or so is gonna be exciting. I'm looking forward to everything that's going on.
Our birthdays are in August too.
Birthdays,
Little
hey,
tidbit,
man,
so
throw it out there.
you know,
But whatever. Hey,
Right.
light off the shoulders. Tell me, oh, my birthday. But as always, you know, Gene, thanks for pulling up.
Of course.
Thank you, brother.
Always a pleasure, especially
Always.
when you come to tell us about the world that we're not as
It's all
in
right. I love
depth
doing
with.
In
So-
tune.
In tune. That's what I was looking for.
I
But as always, stay tuned for next week, and I'll see you.
I'll see you.